What's up, BFL fans? Shaq here with my number one bestie in the entire world, Adam Posener. How's it going, man?
How are you doing, Shaq?
doing
I'm
well.
happy to get an interview with you, even though it's not post-fight, but happy to get to talk to
There you
Shaq.
go. Listen, I don't know if you can zoom in on this friendship bracelet. I don't know who Carissa is.
This is my girlfriend.
Okay, well, Carissa, take a back seat. This is Shaq's time right now. That's why we're
this is,
sitting so snug.
I'm talking to Shaq, but
Back
don't
on,
worry,
Carissa.
Carissa. I remember you.
So let's start with this. You teed it up. You were supposed to fight. I know activity is important to you, momentum. So you're good at marketing yourself. You understand the value of staying active, keeping that momentum going. What was going through your head at the time you got the news? Let's start there.
Yeah, the BFL news,
Yeah.
the switch. Yeah, I was very sad that I had a lot of people coming to this fight. It was an all-age event. I had some guys that were underage wanting to come to this fight. A lot of my students wanting to come to this fight. It was very sad to tell them that I was not going to be able to be on that card due to circumstances. But overall, we were happy I got to fight and inching closer to a dream.
Yeah. So what's the timeline looking for you like right now? Let's say by the end of 2024, how many more fights do you want to get, if at all?
We'll see. I mean, when's BFL 82? Do you know? you were doing an interview for BFL. We got to know.
I know nothing of the matter.
No?
I know
Oh,
nothing
man.
of the matter. They don't listen. I come here, I sit, I talk, and then I got the call when it's time for the next one. There you go.
All right.
As soon as I find out, I'll let you know.
Okay. Once you let me know when BFL 82 is, maybe we'll do BFL 82. If not, who knows? Maybe it's Samurai again. Maybe go to the States or something.
Yeah.
There's always going to be an option.
Ideally, by the end of this year, how many more fights do you want to get in? If things line up in a dream.
Yeah, I think one more is reasonable.
One more is good.
I've got 3 in this year. I was even happy to get this fight. I had 9 guys say no to me for BFL 81. So I'm happy that my opponent in Samurai took the fight. Yeah. I was happy I got to get that 3rd fight in, and now I'm on a pace to get my 4th fight this year.
I feel like this becomes sort of a recurring theme as someone starts to build up steam on the regional circuit. Now that you've sort of experienced it a little bit, what do you think is the best avenue for trying to secure fights? Because you reach a tipping point where people don't want to fight you anymore.
Yeah, I feel like it's a couple of things, right? I think a lot of it's I don't have that big of a record yet. I don't have that big of, if a guy was to beat me, they wouldn't get much out of it, but I would get a lot out of beating them. So it's kind of like that tricky, sticky point. But luckily we got over it. We got over the hump. Now it's just going to be, I think honestly I'm in the top 10 of Canada as a whole, right? I know Tapology has its rankings and whatnot, but half of those guys are 155ers or 85ers, right? So I think realistically I am a top 10, top 15 in Canada, and I think I'm in that elite group of individuals now.
I find you to be like confident but realistic. When do we see Adam Posener in the UFC?
Depends. Honestly, like things could happen very fast. It seems like, things are going very quick. If I get a BFL title and defend that, a lot of guys get a belt at 20, right? That's exactly what they're looking for, right? I've got the age, I've got the skills, I finish fights. I showed in my last fight, I don't know if you watched it or not, but I got split open on my head and I overcame it. So
good visual.
I overcame adversity. I've got the ability to overcome in a fight, and yeah. So realistically, maybe next year, maybe the year after that. I mean, I know the Contender Series is August to October, so maybe 2025 could possibly happen. I wouldn't put too much hope in it, but you never know, right? If I get that BFL title and defend it, maybe we never know. But if not, then definitely I think 2026, 2027 is more than reasonable because I'm still 19-year-old. So Michael Chiesa, David Perron, I'm still 19. They said I was 20 because I almost hit a Sulev stretch on Briones. Yeah. And then that was when I magically turned 20 years old.
Well, 19-year-olds shouldn't be doing these things.
Well, no one should. Zabit barely did it. Well, Zabit actually got it, and Zabit's 23-1 or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, no, I magically turned 20 from doing a Sulev stretch at 19. So
when is the birthday?
October 7th.
October.
Yeah, so we're coming up now. So I mean, I think 21, 22 I think is a fair age. I feel like Contender Series, a lot of those young guys that age, that young are making it, and when they get the job done, they're making it.
Yeah. Adam, last thing, I'll let you go here since you mentioned Briones. He's fighting tonight. Jamie Siraj coming up in weight significantly, but obviously Jamie is Probably one of the hottest guys we've got in Canada. What's your prediction for the fight?
I like both guys. Briones me and Briones have actually talked a little bit after the fight. I like Briones, but Jamie, this is the wrong time to fight Jamie, right? Jamie is focused. He's on a mission. He's going to get in the UFC, and the fact he isn't, honestly, is absurd. I think 10-2, 8 finishes, I think it is. That's a UFC stat right there. Yeah. A lot of guys in the UFC don't have finish percentage that good, or even have that kind of record, in my opinion, right? So Jamie should definitely be in the UFC already, but I think I have to go with him to get it done.
Jamie Siraj, Adam Posener. BFL fans know, UFC fans should too.
Right, but him first, though. He deserves it right now. I'll get it. I'll have my time.
Cool.
That was fun, Shaq.
Hey, man.